Hi there, boys and girls. Today for story time, we're going to read Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. It's written by Judith Vorst and illustrated by Ray Cruz. It's about a little boy named Alexander having a really bad day. Some days are like that. You ready to get started? Last night, I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on my skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. And I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's Alexander. At breakfast, Anthony, that's his big brother, found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a Junior Undercover Agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. A long time ago, they used to put prizes in your cereal boxes. When you were eating cereal, you might get your prize. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I didn't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be carsick. No one even answered. See him in the middle. Getting squished, there's no room. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of an invisible castle. She liked the sailboat picture better. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs number 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. You ever felt like that? Some days are like that. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and he said that Albert Moyo was his second best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off on the floor and the cone part lands in Australia. Should you tell your friends to go sit on a tack? That's like a little pointy nail. Or you hope their ice cream falls off on the floor? That's not very nice. He's upset, isn't he? There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds. Paul's mother gave him a piece of a jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? Oh dear, he didn't get dessert in his lunch. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I'm going to move to Australia. He's the only one with cavities at the dentist office. He'll have to brush his teeth better. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. And while we were waiting for Mom to get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then, when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. said he was a crybaby. And while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with a car and she scolded me for being muddy and for fighting. He got in trouble for fighting and being muddy. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody, but no one even answered. They didn't even say anything, did they? So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose the blue ones with red stripes, but the shoe man said we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. I wanted shoes with stripes too. They didn't have the shoes he wanted at the store. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copy machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk. I was careful as I could be, except for my elbow. Oh dear, he dumped over the ink. He also said don't fool around with the phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner. Yuck. I hate lima beans. And there was kissing on TV. I hate kissing. Yuck. My bath was too hot, and I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. Itchy and scratchy. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out. And I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. The end. Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Some days are like that. I hope you enjoyed the story, boys and girls. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye.